Welcome to Project Pack number 10. My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria.
And this has just been such a wonderful project pack, and we wanted to show you some of the things that we've been doing with it. And
Okay, so in your project pack, you got a bunch of white 3.5-inch square tiles, and we thought we'd give this project pack a try. So we took our albeit very large die, and we spun it and came up with a few fun projects. So the first one I did was a combination of crescent moon and senna. And I thought that was an unusual combination,
it is.
right?
I love how that...
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I love the layering of it as well.
And an extravagant string, which went all over Kingdom Come here. And you could see where I followed there was an S shape in here somewhere that was the senna. And I just let the crescent moon creep in here and there. It was a fun project.
Well, some of the things that I want to point out is that the gap in the both the crescent moon and the senna and that little bit that you put in there, those other things. But the real cool thing that stands out is using the shading in an orid stepped back just away from that. So this whole piece feels like it's floating up.
Yeah, and it's one more thing to put in your pack of shading techniques. Not very difficult. So all I did was actually just draw a line with a soft edge pencil. So sometimes after you sharpen your pencil, you want to scribble on a piece of paper to get it a round surface so that it's not too pointy. And then you put a line down there and then pull it off with your tortillon. And this is how it comes out. It's so simple.
I love that. It's a great effect.
Okay, I have another one here. And some of you may have seen this because I posted it on the app because I was just so happy with it. It's a group of 3 tangles. And you can see Doodah in here, which is my new favorite, and Mooka. And the overall string almost is Huggins.
Right. So Huggins with a little, what's that called? The effect of using the mechanical stuff.
Steampunk.
Right.
Steampunk.
Steampunk effect there.
Yeah, I just added those little gold screw heads.
Right.
And you can see my little, my signature kind of hanging down
right,
here.
Right, so you see how one tangle is the warp and one tangle is the weft going through there.
This was fun to do, and it was really great to shade. You can see that I did some extreme shading. I put a lot of graphite in there. So awesome. That's good. Okay, Ricky?
Okay, so I opened my book up, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go on this page and pick something out. And as soon as I opened it, I saw these 2 tangles, and I thought, I'm just going to figure out a way to put those together. So the whole purpose of this book for me, or part of the purpose, is to get inspiration of what to do next. And at that point, it wasn't like, okay, I need to roll the dice to see what happens. I just decided that, okay, I want to do those 2. And I had gotten my inspiration for those 2. And I just did Hollis. And then I filled in the spaces with
flux. Ricky's flux.
My flux.
Yes.
And one of the key things about this that I think made it work so well is that after I did Hollis, I went and did a very tight aura in the brown pen.
That's awesome.
And so then I didn't even put any shading on the Hollis at all, so it sort of lifts up off of the background.
Well, I like the idea of sometimes having one tangle unshaded and other tangles really shaded.
Yep, so that was that one.
So I'm going to show you my thoughts on mine. So I did this tile. It's kind of a flaky tile, and it was using fragment number 9 on page L7 that Rick did on fragments.
So that was this one here that I did.
Oh, it's 6, not L9.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, That's because I think I might have had the book upside down.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be. Let's go with that. We're so organized. So I did like a crazy grouping of those fragments, which, you know, I had never really tried fragments like that before, but it worked. And then I just gathered them all up into a bouquet of some sort. And then there was this little line down here that was inviting something. So I put in a moon pie.
I love it.
I love moon pie. It's a kind of a fun thing. And what I did was I really put a lot of detail into the moon pie, and I left the fragments just black and white like Rick did.
Oh, I love that. It's sort of cool because we didn't see each what the other was doing.
Right.
And this also brings in a whole new idea of free floating fragments.
Free
Free
form
floating fragments.
I love that. Or free form.
Right? 3 times fast, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Right. I love that. It's beautiful.
Awesome. I wanted to work with this new Knightsbridge that I put together that has the thin and thick spaces. And I was fascinated with that. And I wanted to do that and another tangle, mix them in. So this is what I came up with. And you can see the thick and the thin Knightsbridge. And then I went in. It was just done with a black line, a very, very fine black line. And I went in and auraed very carefully with a brown pen inside each one of the squares. And then I coffered them. And we went and this is the coffering we did on the Moore L5.
Right on the hollow block.
Right.
That's, this is really fascinating because I got to show you this. Right, so we always make this big deal about how I do straight tangles and she does curvy tangles, right? Look at this.
Yeah, look at, I did a pretty good job of straight.
And we also did the same thing of that little internal,
Aura,
the original
yeah.
with the black and the brown aura.
Yeah.
I think that's...
That's funny. We weren't
like
even in
that.
the same room. That's
Right?
amazing.
I'm just seeing this for the first time.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, or do-da-do-da-do-da.
That's awesome.
Okay,
great team.
And then I think I have this one here. I did with using a whole bunch of borders because I love borders, and I just grabbed a few off my page. I threw the dice and picked the ones that came up because it didn't really matter how they went along. They would just work. And then I threw in a pencil border. You can see this Shattuck. And this thing in the middle is this tangle that Martha did on her spiral page, which I was really fascinated with, and I was dying to try it. It's yet unnamed. I don't think that there's one like it yet, but
if you go
we'll
back
find out.
And see that, yeah.
Yeah, and I did some other pencil tangling in the background. So we had some fun using the book and seeing how it worked. And I actually posted a tile and talked about the fact that when you use the book and the die, you can go with what it tells you, or you can say, nah, I don't want to do that. Let's do it again, or let's manipulate it a little bit, and it doesn't really matter. As long as you use the book to your heart's content, it really doesn't matter.
And just savor the whole process.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for inspiring us to do these and for sharing everything that you've created. And we'll see you next time.
Next time.
Bye now.
See ya.